might have worked. We'll see. What is up with this? Okay, did Twitch change their ads thing like literally the day after I got affiliate? Because this is like driving me up a wall. I can't even check the stream because I'm not signed in. Oh, your battery's dead. Oh, that helps too. Still signed in. Whew. Yeah, it's just spinning. You're beautiful, Twitch. You do you. Okay, well, the remote says it's live. Oh, hey. They not give you bitrate options on... No, when they detect your mobile, they don't, of course. That's basically useless for me. I'll have to picture-in-picture, I guess. Kind of annoying. Okay. Bitrate's all over the place. That's great, too. Don't worry about that. And... I did not charge my phone, so don't worry about that either. Where's my charger at? That's another kind of charger. Where is this one? Ew, we do not want Windows 11. Go away, do not ask me again. No, go away. Okay, so the goal for tonight is to eat the sandwich, and then I got a new hand plane. I ordered it on eBay recently. Because I really like these wooden hand planes, okay? Really love these things. And I wanted a second one, like a smaller one. This one's pretty good size. So this one should be a smaller one. We'll see what it looks like in a minute. Windows 11 is shit, Echo, because of the rule. You should know this by now. Every other version of Windows is shit. Also, why do I have to right click and then like click 3 more things to get to the right click menu I used to use? And don't say, oh, you can just customize it out. I should not need to customize it out. It should fucking work. Anyways, I digress. Where is my cable? Cable is right here. And I just dropped the spare SD card on the floor, so that wasn't good. We'll hope that that still works. Fall on concrete, that shouldn't hurt it, right? Depending on how long this takes, Echo, we might start on your frame tonight or not. We'll see. I'm thinking, like, with this being an old hand plane, there will probably be like some extra steps. It's not going to be just like open the box and shine it up. So I'll probably have to leave some parts soak like overnight in like some Rust-Oleum or something. That's why I figured I'd start with this. First off, peanut butter sandwich time. And maybe getting chat to work, but we'll see. Because the laptop battery died. And my login expired. So we're off to a great start today. F5 that, just to make sure it's good. But we'll get started here. Beer and sandwich. No, it's mine. I don't know what I did, but all of your names are now dark black on here, and I cannot read them. I was playing with my settings earlier, and I have made some serious mistakes. Somebody type something. Also, these earbuds are so... I love the Google Pixel Buds, but I think they're dead. I don't think I charged them. Oh, that could be good. I should have ordered mozzarella sticks last night. There was a I ordered from like a local like hot dog and stuff place, and I was really thinking about that. Depression. That's fun. I mean, it's calories, you know. Wait, a can of biscuits. You're not from the UK, Echo. That's kind of like sus. I don't understand what a can of biscuits would be. What is a can of biscuits in the Midwest? But like you cooked them first, right? You got like the okay. I know what you're talking about now. Yep. Pillsbury, whatever. Okay, I'm just making sure. That's it. I mean, at least you made biscuits. That's not too bad. They always do that. Also, I apologize if anybody's getting like really bad ads. They changed their ad program and I set it to 30 seconds, right? My phone just had like 2 minutes of pre-rolls. I don't understand it. So fuck me, I guess. I set it to 30 seconds every however long last week. And then you were still supposed to get pre-rolls, but I had no idea how long pre-roll ads were going to be. That's ridiculous. Ooh, also, I have stories. Yeah, I don't know why. They're basically forcing you to have 3 minutes of ads per hour. Otherwise, you don't get viewership, right? It's so dumb. Because who's going to wait for a pre-roll? But like for somebody like me that doesn't care, it's kind of like annoying. So like you pretty much have, you know, that's your choice. Either you do exactly what they want and do 3 minutes of ads per hour, or you're stuck with pre-rolls. So I got to go in and change the settings. I won't do it now. I don't know. They'll probably make me two-factor authenticate in again and shit. So I probably won't do it now, but I'll have to do it for next stream. Why are all the cables tangled? Sorry, I'm just getting the laptop set up here. If I can see y'all. Exactly, get Turbo. I've got YouTube Red, I've got Turbo, and that's pretty much it at this point. I think I also have Hulu, because I forgot to cancel it. I got it for like 1 month. I made a second email account. And I got it for 1 month because I wanted to finish watching a series. And I forgot to cancel it, of course, but that's about it. So here is what we're working with today. So we got this little dude. So you can see, we got some similarities down here. Toss that over there. So, this is a Stanley, I believe. No, this is a Fulton. Okay. So this is a Fulton hand plane. It's very similar to the Stanley. This is probably like 100 years old, if not more. Actually, yeah, probably about 120 years old or so, because they stopped making these in the early 1900s. This one would be a similar age from a different company. This would be a Stanley Bailey. It's a little crusty. Oh wait, no. This is a fucking Sergeant. What the fuck? These are hard. I don't know. So Stanley made them the same way. This guy made them the same way. Long story short, all these companies copied each other back in the day because they didn't give a shit about patents, or the patents would expire. But it's weird because, like, you know, the patterns on these two match. I don't know. There was a lot of sharing back in the day, and these parts may have been swapped randomly over the years too. So today we're restoring this though. That's the goal. So I just ordered this. I don't think we have to do a lot to fix this up, but I want to get this to a usable condition. So the goal with that is going to be, obviously this is really oxidized, the steel here. We'll probably have to, oh my God, that blade is fucked. We've got a lot of work to do on that. The sole here is obviously very worn. A lot of the time they wouldn't finish the sole. I don't understand why. I run this one, you know, with a finished sole and it's fine, but they wouldn't do that on these for some reason. So we got to clean this up, and we're gonna have to deal with some of this water damage type stuff up in there. Same thing, like you can see here, it's just got a little bit of goop. So the goal would be for the top half to hopefully just like use some steel wool, clean this up, get this going. As I stand in the light so you guys can't see shit. And then for the bottom, we'll have to definitely do something with this. It's pretty rough. And then for the metal work here, we'll try to just scrub it and see where we wind up. But that's project one for today. We're probably going to run into a point where we just have to let this soak overnight. And then we'll move on to, we have a picture frame we're going to make for Echo. And I also still need to sharpen the saw. Not that one. For like the 8th stream in a row, we do need to sharpen the saw still. So we might get to that. We might not. We'll see. But yeah. Start off. We have our beer. We have the wit. I love this shit. So we'll get started. So we need what do we need? Okay. We need that. And I'm gonna put on gloves because this thing's a little sticky. Also, terrible news, I can't see emotes because my Chatterino's logged out. Oh man. I'm not in the mood to two-factor and like jump through all the hoops and fix that right now. And then actually leak it on stream and then, you know. Okay. Oh. Terrible news. Number 2. Okay. So go that way. Do they not? Oh, can I only do that from the back? So they fixed something on this. Previously, you couldn't turn off the front, the front screen. So they did finally fix that, but for some reason, there we go. We'll go to we'll go to normal Rocksteady. We don't need crazy for today. And then I'm just trying to zoom you guys in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. Oh, you can't zoom on webcam. Oh. Howdy, Jen. Okay, well, we'll go back to the front. Okay, I'll just move the camera in. Yeah, they're a little funny with this. You can zoom on RTMP, but you can't zoom on USB. So, who knows? So, I'll just move you guys in as we work on this thing. And, see what I'm doing. I'll set you back to, come on. You really, oh my God, they really don't let me pick. Oh, they do, right there it is. Oh my God, that's loud as fucking shit. You guys hear that, right? Okay, there you go. Okay, So, old hand plane. Step one, I don't know how tight this is going to be. I don't want to break anything, so we'll just loosen that up. And we'll pop this guy out. This is the lever cap. And we have the plain iron, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is absolutely fucking chowdered. So that's going to suck ass to fix. And I might just be lazy and steal another blade just so we can tune this in and test this out tonight, because that's somebody who really fucked that up. And then we'll take out the frog. That's this thing. This is kind of the magic bit that holds all your adjustments. It's not super rusty. I don't know if I'll soak it in the deruster stuff. We'll see. Then you've got your adjustment screw here, little brass doodad. Got a side-to-side adjuster. But this doesn't look too bad. The Japanning, what they call this black finish, this old stuff, looks in pretty good shape. I think it'll clean up. And this thing, we can just pop this off and clean this up by hand. And this is how I get most of my tools. I just buy kind of beat the shit tools off the internet. This one's actually in pretty good shape compared to what I normally get. And then we just come in and we clean them up. Take off the knob. Knob is a little fucked up. Interesting. Take off the tote. So with these wood bits, I think we'll just try to strip the original finish off with like some paint thinner, and we'll try to just buff it. I don't really see a reason to go too crazy. I like the feel of natural wood, so we'll see how we can get there. We will need to flatten it out almost all the time. You'll see this is really kind of just fucked up. You'll almost always need to mess with those. And then I've honestly never knew there was a screw down on these. Although I haven't, most of the restoration videos I've watched are newer planes. I never knew there was a screw here though. So we'll pop that guy out, and we'll pop this guy out. And then we'll kind of see where we're at. So you can see this is what it would have looked like new, or relatively new. And here's what we look like now. So got a little bit of work to do. It's wild to me that they would make stuff like this, I'll be honest. Like, can you imagine back in the day trying to make that curve fit and like have it always fit nice? You know? Like, don't get me wrong, I know how they would have done it. They would have had like a big, you know, spinny tool came in from that angle, but still seems like a lot of effort. Okay, so we're gonna have some issues though, because I can see down in here we've got like some mold and mildew. So this will be interesting. Yeah, you can see we got some spotting right in there too. That sucks. Well, the nice thing about these, I can always make another one. We have the CNC machine. We have the technology. So to start off with, let me get some chemicals. What chemicals do we want? You don't want that. I don't want that. Where's the other jar? Should be another jar around here somewhere. I swear, somebody took some of my jars, man. Because there's only 2 jars here. Where's the rest of them? That's vinegar. There should be a jar of paint thinner. Did I move it at one point? What the fuck, man? I don't think I did. Granted, to be fair, that's not a place you should be storing paint thinner. But... oh, interesting. Everything's falling. That's, oh shit, I have 2 more containers of Danish oil in there. That's nice. Where did I put the box? We'll just get out a new one. That's fine. Don't leak my address. Again, So the first thing I want to do is just get like the stickiness off. So that's what this will be used for. So, chemical. Now we're going to be careful tonight, and we're not going to spill this all over the laptop again, because I had to clean the laptop. I went to go use it to test a new modem, like, I don't know, 3-4 days ago, and it was so covered in shit, I wound up just, like, scrubbing it. Because I've been spilling all, like, the finishing, all the oil, all the Danish oil, all that stuff, all over the damn thing. Making a mess. Of course I splash at the end. So this isn't really going to do much on this area. I'm mainly just trying to see what this stuff is. If it comes off, then it's oil-based. If it doesn't come off, then it's problematic. Okay, this is pretty stable, unfortunately. Hoping to strip this stuff off with just a little bit of mineral spirits. You can see I'm getting a little color out, but not much. But this should hopefully make it less sticky. Because there is like a thin layer of like goo on it. And you can really see how dark that is down in there. That's going to be a problem. The main hope is like the wood is not too far gone, because while I can put a fresh sole on this, I wasn't necessarily planning to do that. Although I did buy this because I watched a guy on YouTube, Wood by Right. I watched him put a new sole on a hand plane last week, so I did buy this because I saw this type of plane, and I was like, oh, that looks neat. I want one of those. I wasn't planning to basically copy his fucking YouTube video in its entirety, but we might have to, because that's looking pretty fucked. Okay. So like I said, we're just going to wipe everything down, get it clean, and we'll start doing more. Okay, and on the iron bits here, we might put this in the drill press. I have an attachment for the drill press to where I can just like buff stuff in there. We might try that because you can see this used to have finish on it, like that same black Japanning material, but it's come off most of the way. So we might just take that the rest of the way off and leave it as like a raw iron. That's how most of my hand planes are. I just keep them oiled, so it's fine by me. But we'll see. We'll see. It's not cleaning up at all, but that's to be expected, I guess. This guy I don't really want to do much to. I want to just leave this alone, hopefully. You can see we're getting a lot of dirt off of here, so that might be the case. We might be able to leave this alone. Apologies if you guys hear the noise from upstairs. I was actually thinking, the other day, I was playing Everspace 2 like all day on Sunday. I was thinking I should have just streamed it, but I don't know. I'm kind of like, it's kind of weird. I started with IRL stuff, right? You know, don't know about the PC streaming. I'm always like concerned I'm gonna leak my shit. I don't know. Like I'll just pop open my work emails all of a sudden and just be like, oops. Jen almost said that the other day. Because what was it, CS:GO or CS2? You can't do game capture. You've never been able to do game capture with that. So be careful, CS2 streamers. Do not leak your shit. Now this is the problem child. Bro, this is fucked. Just look at this. Like, oh man, this side's even worse, dude. Oh, that's pretty bad. That's actually... Okay, can I salvage it? Yeah. That sucks. Why is all the rust right there? Yeah, just don't dox me, Jen. You've got my address. Dox yourself all day long. Granted, I mean, I was talking earlier. You know, if you guys were paying attention in past streams, I forget to take the fucking tags off of cardboard boxes all the time. And we'll just leave it at that. Hell, I think one of these pieces of cardboard, if I flip it over, you know, whoops. Oh man, this is sad. Just, this is fucked. Like, it's cleaned up, but now that it's cleaned up, I can see past the goo. And I'm really not happy with what I'm seeing. Dude, this would, like, oh, it would have been so nice. It's just rusted, man. Like, you can see it had, like, a beautiful polish on it. No, I should do that too. Well, no, it was on Discord, Jen. I should just delete the message. No, yeah, it's gonna save me. Like I said. All I gotta do is flip over this piece of cardboard. Bro, this makes me so sad, because you can see, like, there was a polish on here, right? But it was just left to sit and it rotted out. And it must have just been sitting in water or something, because that's, you know, fucked. Yeah, I have a feeling we just have to chop the bottom of this off and put a new bottom on it. Because that, like, that wood's pretty destroyed in there. And you can, if you look down in the bottom here, it's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how much you guys can see, but it's like a dark moldy color. That sucks. There's more work than I was planning. Okay. Well, you know what then? We will clean this up first. And then we will glue a new piece onto here, and that can dry for next time. And then we'll clean these parts up a bit, and then we'll move on to making a picture frame. I think that'll be the plan. Yeah, I saw the damage on the, you know, before I ordered, I saw the damage, but you know how that goes. Just because you see the damage doesn't mean you understand how bad it is, you know? So I'm just going to buff this real quick. I think this finish here is salvageable. I don't think I need to completely refinish this thing. So I think we just replace the bottom of it, and then we just coat the whole thing fresh, and we call it job done. Go away, sea cleaner. Go the fuck away. You know what sucks? You have to dox each other when you ship stuff. I never really realized this, but you have to provide a who you're shipping it to name. So, like, if I'm going to ship anything to anybody, I need your full, like, name, or else they won't take it. I can put my name in. I've done it on a couple of the deliveries, but they always give me shit about it at the shipping place. If I do pickups, I can probably get away with it, but, you know. Yeah, I mean, you can just see it's rotted up in there, man. That sucks. That really sucks. I'm not planning on this much work. Not that I mind, but it just sucks to see, like, such a nice tool that looks in, like, relatively good shape in some areas to just be so screwed, you know? Okay. And we'll probably sand this down later. Like I said, I'm just looking to get any, like, you'll notice that corner lightened up. There's like some weird sticky stuff on here. So before I try to go and cut this in my saw and mess with stuff and get it all over everything, I'm trying to just, you know, clean it up. Okay, cool. So how much do you guys think we should take off? Like, I don't want to take it all the way off up to that top of that mark. I think that's too much. And what's the mouth of this look like compared to this one? So you can see that's actually tighter than this one, which is good, but yeah, it's so fucked. I think we'll do like maybe a 1/4 inch. We'll just chop that off the bottom. Okay. Come on over, chat. You can watch. And for those that don't know, this is our backpack. We have the technology. Okay, how's that? Cool. And real quick. Are we on? I think we're on the one that has noise canceling, but if we're not, I'll just turn off the audio. Okay, so we're gonna take about a 1/4 inch off the bottom here, and then we'll actually basically copy what Wood by Wright did in his video. He basically took the bottom of this off and put on a piece of rosewood. We have rosewood. We used it on Jen's picture frame. Helps if you plug in the saw. Okay, so we actually didn't need to go that deep. You can see the damage didn't go that deep. But hey, we got rid of it. So, just a little sliver. So now, we'll glue a new piece onto the bottom here. We'll flatten it out, and we'll take it from there. But damn, this old wood, man. Like, I don't know if you saw how hard that was to cut, but they don't make trees like they used to. I did not expect it to be that rough. So, anyways, we'll go flatten this out, and we'll continue. You guys, come back over here. Backpack goes back up there, and badoop. Okay, how's that? So now we need this to be very nice and flat. So we'll get our scrub plane out. We sharpened a lot of these last time, so they should be pretty well adjusted. Some slippage here. So the problem with the curved sides is, how do you hold on to it? We'll do this. Just need a little bit of something to help it grip. Also, you got to be careful because I can't put my pressure on this part, so I got to make sure that, you know, we're not breaking it. But I still need sufficient clamping pressure, you know, so. I'm just kind of going in until I see all the little marks from the bandsaw go away, and then we'll kind of tune it in a little better from there. Come on. Now the proper way to do this, and if you go watch Wood by Wright's video, you can see it. Would be to use winding sticks and actually like figure out what you're doing. We don't do that. That's too fancy. We do the old eyeball method, and we're a little high in the middle. It's a little not flat there. Okay. So we'll switch off my scrubby plane to one of the nicer ones that I kind of tune in. And we'll just take some nice, I was going to say nice small cuts, but this wood's very dense. It's also kind of tough because there's a little bit of flex at the back here, just because it's hanging out so far. Even though I've got it clamped up kind of tight. So it's kind of hard to like start. Okay, I think that was a good pass. What do you guys think? Dog flat. We're gonna go with yes. Okay. So now we've flattened this piece. We'll go find a piece of wood to put in there. And then once we put it in, we're just gonna put a flat piece on. And then afterwards, we'll have to chop it out with a chisel and kind of tune it back into where it would have been, you know? Have it the angle going all the way down, all that fun stuff. But that'll be after the glue dries down the road. Set you aside. Where is that piece of rosewood? I had it out last time because I was going to use it. I guess I put it away. That's dumb of me. Oh, we could also do something crazy. I don't know how nice this would be, but we could also just put, you know, slap some zebra wood on the bottom. What do you think? No, not that. There we go. Is that wide enough? It is not. Okay, we'll use that for Echo's thing. We need to find a good piece, though. That's walnut. What do we got here? I should have some. That's like already the thickness I want, I think. There we go. How's that? That's not the type of wood. Okay. How about you? Are you the right type of wood? I mean, you're not, but you'd work. I kind of want to use this one. Yeah, this will work. This will work. Okay. So we'll grab this bad boy. We'll pick an area we like. I think in this corner right here. And we'll just cut it out. We'll leave it a hair oversized. We can then tune it in. Later. Okay, we'll make sure the surface is good real quick too. Man, I made the same mistake. I made it rounded, so it's not going to want to. Live and learn. Now, I got to be honest. I can never read this grain on this like rainforest stuff. This is rosewood. This is, you know, I don't know which type of rosewood this is, but it is one of those things. You don't use much of it. You don't buy much of it because it is from a part of the world where they need. So, start with this. We'll see how this goes. And we'll just flatten this off real quick. Okay. We're going to come in just until we're biting in. Now when you're doing something this thin, you should actually be doing it with some backing and support. I'm not doing that. I'm dumb. But you should. Oh, man. See that? It doesn't like going the other way. It doesn't like going this way. It's one of the fun things about these exotic woods. They have grain patterns that go every direction. So trying to work with them can be a bit of a bitch. So we'll go like this. Nope. Still getting tear out. That's fun. Interesting. So this might not be a good piece to use after all, because I'm getting tear out going in both directions. I might try going at it from this side and see what we get. I may also change to another tool. Maybe this one's just not stiff enough. It's just biting in too much. So we'll put Great Grandpa's old tool away, and we'll try this one actually. Screw it. I thought I tuned this one in pretty nice. Oh, it just immediately bites in and wants to kill itself. Yeah, so this is unfortunately what you get sometimes. So a piece of wood like this, the only way for me to work with it is to run it through my machines, which sucks because that's really not what I want to do for this. So we're not going to use this piece. It's got too many issues. And my tools are either not sharp enough or not stiff enough to work with that. So We'll find another piece here quick. We'll test it before we use it. So this was the other piece of wood I was looking at. And these are all fairly flat, to be fair. But I need to be able to flatten it once I put it on the bottom here, right? So it needs to be, you know, like right here, that seems pretty good. All the flex I'm getting is just from, you know, the board wiggling on the table. There's not really much of a gap, so this would be fine. But once I flip it over here, you know, are these two surfaces parallel? Are they perfect? Am I going to be able to smooth this down and repair this in the future if I fuck it up, you know? So I need to make sure that both sides are going to be viable. So real quick, I'm going to go ahead and look at this grain pattern here. And we're going to see if this piece of wood likes this any more than that other one. That other one did have a lot of curl and stuff in it, so it's probably not the best choice. So we'll just see if we can run something along here real quick. Okay. Taking off some very tiny little wispy shavings, not much, but that'll work for us. Because it didn't really, the only weird spot it had was right around that knot. So as long as we use this section over here, we should be fine. Avoiding the knot, we'll do this little corner. And this will be our piece instead. And I don't remember what all these woods are. I buy shit in bulk. I'd have to go on their website to remember. But we'll cut this one out, we'll use this one. Okay. And we'll do this the proper way. Knocking over chat and all. So the proper way to do something like this would be to do it no, this one looks good. The proper way is right here. Slap these guys in. We do this. And we do this. And this is so like thin pieces are nice and supported. And we're not just, you know, making a huge mess and relying on everything to be held over here. But I'm kind of lazy. I don't do this all the time because it requires moving stuff. Flip it around so we're going the right direction. You can see we're actually able to take a shaving off here. A little goofed at the end there, but we're actually able to take a shaving off this without dying and having issues. So, it's fitting on there pretty well. I'm basically just seeing to, you know, seeing if it moves, seeing if it's not flat or wiggles at all. And I think we've got a good, you know, match up there. So we'll go ahead and glue this guy up, throw a few clamps on it, and let it go. And the reason I'm not just taking like this machine side and sticking it on there is because I want the grain to be raised a little bit. I want it to be freshly cut. Just, again, so we get a good glue bond. I don't want like something that's been compressed or something that's had oil spilled on it or something that's been sitting out forever oxidizing and trying to make a bond. Just does not seem like a good idea to me. So we got these guys. We'll grab some clamps. These are my favorite clamps because they're big and American or something like that. Personally, I just love these paddles. That's why I like these. Super easy to work with. So we'll get this slapped on here. And do I have a little piece of wood to use as a splitter? It's not really what I was thinking. There we go. And we'll just soak this down in glue. Trying to not get too much on ourselves or spill too much, jackass. I also don't want a lot in. Like, I need it to be well supported here, but I don't want to get a ton of glue up there because that's just more work for me later. And of course I spill some. That's the problem with like talking as you're doing something, because you try to think ahead and then you do exactly what you just were thinking, oh, I shouldn't do. I'm also kind of lazy. I never glue both sides of something. It's kind of bad. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to do both sides. Get a good bond. But I don't do that because I am a problem. And I'm my own biggest problem. Okay, so we'll take this and we will just slap it down on here. And we'll try to get a lot of the glue out now. And then we'll clean this up in just a sec, a little bit further. So my left hand's certainly going to get glue on it, but it's just the reality of the situation. Come on. Right there. Okay, so we got that kind of started. Another one over here. And we'll just crank these. And that should give us a good bond. And one more right here. This one, I'm going to put this pad underneath it, just so I don't fuck up the, like the curve there too much. Come on, you little pain in the ass. Come on, right there. Okay, so now, got this all glued up. Let's make sure we didn't spill any glue yet. We have not. So now, I don't want all that glue down in there. That's going to be a mess to clean up. So, grab one of our water bottles here, and we just shoot a little water down in there. And we grab a brush, little disposable guys, and we just, since it's a water-based glue, we can just clean it out. And probably a little bit too much water, but you only have once. And we can dump it out. Dump it on the floor, get rid of it. You can come in here brush the rest of it out, and then we can dry that out in just a second. And around the edges here, I'm not too concerned. I do want to get it off of like up here, but I'm not as concerned with this because there's going to be a lot of sanding and shit going on. So we'll just grab some of that off of there. Normally I just use a rag, I don't use the brush, but I figured the brush was easier to reach down in here. So we'll just go around every side with that, get all the extra glue out, and then we'll set this aside, and this can sit there for a day or two. Then that way, when I go to chop out that intersection there, I don't have to fight, you know, a ton of glue or anything like that. Now I think Echo said it was a 10.5 by 11. I don't know. No. What the fuck am I saying? 10.5 by 11. I wrote it down somewhere. 7 by 11. Oh, I can't read my own handwriting. I was looking at that paper for a solid like 5 seconds before I saw it. Okay. Call that ready to go. Set that aside to dry. And get off my gluey hands. So now, don't know how many people are still here, but we have two options. Okay? We can either continue cleaning this stuff up, or we can go ahead and make a picture frame. So, what are people thinking? Whew. Like I was saying, these actually don't look that bad. You know, like, I think it's just a wipe it off. My main concern is just this rot. So, I might actually just check real quick if I have any other blades that'll work for that. Okay, that one's cheap. Garbage. This one is too big. So, I think you're the wrong brand, which will bother me. And you're thinner. And, maybe you're just sharpened poorly too. But I might just swap these two out. Although, that might be a problem. The fact that the holes are on the other end. It shouldn't be. Yeah, they are different sizes. Could be too tight. Yeah, we'll be tighter. We'll see. I might swap these two. This one is thinner, ever so slightly. I'm not sure if you can see, so I'm not thrilled about that. But this one is just so destroyed up here. I really don't know what else I'd do with it. Because, like, I'm not sharpening it all the way back to fresh metal. Like, there's just no way. And it's so chewy in there. I could take a grinder to it, maybe. But then, of course, you lose the heat treat. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. We'll clean up all the other parts first. And I might save that for another day. Because I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with that. Need to get some music down here. Set up a sync tube, maybe. Gotta get Jen on that. Okay, we'll pick up where we left off. Like this. Scrub all these parts. I'm hoping, like, for most of these, I don't really want to, like, with old tools, I hate to just take off all the old finish. So I try to avoid doing that unless I have to, like unless they're too chowdered or too rusty. So we're going to try to do that here. It's not a good file. There's one of my good ones. So like here we have a spot that's like kind of rusty. So I'm going to try to just take care of that. And then here we have a weird spot as well. Problem is, like, this stuff is it's so fragile. I'm trying to just knock off anything that's going to fall off now. So, just to know where we're at. So we have a little bit of stuff missing here, a little bit here, here. But aside from that, it's holding up okay. So this type of finish, this Japanning finish, it's basically like, if I remember right, it's like asphaltum or something, mixed with like different combinations of oil or whatever, and then baked. But it's really durable to a point, you know? Like once it starts to get damaged, it's kind of screwed. But until you get to that point, you're okay. And holy shit, fucking mom is loud up there. For those that don't know, we are in my parents' basement here. I am a basement dweller right now. But that's where my workshop's at, so we make do. But I like this. I mean, it's kind of coming back. It's a little extra shiny because obviously, you know, we're wiping it down with chemicals. But I think this stuff will look okay when we're all done. So yeah, I think I'll be happy with that. And the frog, I think I cleaned up earlier. So with these guys, normally you want these kind of, all this metal here to be kind of flat and happy. So normally what I do with this is throw it in a vise. I'm not going to do it over here, actually. I'm going to do it over here. I'd normally throw it in a vise and do it like that, but I think today we'll try to do it like this. So I'll take like a flat plate like this. Are you going to fit? Yeah, you're kind of rubbing a little bit. So I'll take a flat plate. I'll just position it so it's not going to rub on anything. And I will just basically, you know, run it back and forth on here. And try to, A, goof up my plate, but also see where my high and low spots are. So I might actually need the other one, the roughing one, but we'll see where we wind up here. Grab a little bit of water. And the goal here is basically just get this to be relatively flat so that, you know, it's not bending the plane iron or anything. And this one seems pretty good. It's not too far out. I have had some of these that are totally just not flat. So this is something I've just started doing as like a habit. So you can see, like, you know, this side, we've got pretty good contact down here, not great. definitely kind of a rough finish. So we'll use the more aggressive one to start off, I guess. Well, to continue. And the water is just a little lubricant. And the goal is we just want decent contact. We're not going for perfect. But we want this to be relatively flat so that we're not causing any flex or any weirdness or whatever. Like I said, I've had a couple that are just like totally screwy. This one's pretty nice. It's just the quality of the machining is really all we're really taking care of here. You can see, you know, whatever tool they use to flatten it, just, you know, left some deep grooves. So that's all we're really doing on this one, is taking those out. And that's not really necessary. Like, you can get really, really nasty looking hand planes to perform really well. You don't need to go crazy working on them a lot of the time. But I've got it apart, so might as well, you know? So you can see we've got relatively good contact. Pretty good contact in the middle here and on this side. This side's a little low still, but I think it's fine. Good contact up in here and here. So, you know, repeat that because you guys couldn't see. Here we got good contact. We have good contact here. This area is a little low. That area is pretty good. So I'm not going to worry about trying to get that perfect. Don't want to take off too much material. Put this back. Now, we'll wipe it down with a little bit of this kind of oily rag. See if we can clean it out from all the goop we just stuck on it. I also want to just get all the water that we just poured on it out. Now we're down to this guy. I don't think we're going to bother doing anything with the hardware on this. This stuff looks pretty clean. Not too rusty. But this guy's pretty fucked. So we're going to go ahead and set up over here and we'll polish this guy. Yeah, he's pretty... Like, you can't even... It's like stuck. It's like gooey. I don't know if you can hear it. It's making funny noises as I do that. Fun. Okay, well, we'll get set up for that. I don't know how this is going to work because of you guys with the camera. So, yeah, this will be interesting. Get my drinks over there. Get my... Put that down there so I don't mistake you. Wipe you up. Don't just, you know, if you can use water on your bench, you can make a huge mess. Just don't leave it sit there all day. That's general rule for wood. You know, you can get wood stuff wet, right? It's not going to hurt it that much. But if you let it sit, that's when you have problems. A little bit ain't going to kill nothing most of the time. But letting it sit, letting it be stagnant, that's when you're going to have an issue. So how are we going to film this? Maybe like this, or where are you guys gonna go? Maybe you go like right here. Let's see. Okay. What the hell? You're not plugged in? Oh, I plugged the laptop in here one time, right? Is that the problem? No, you should be plugged in. You should turn on. Oh. That cord goes to here. That cord goes to there. That cord plugged in there, and that's plugged in over here. Oh, that's plugged in. Oh, why did I switch the cables around? Where's the other end of this cable? It's terrible news for me. Okay, saved. That's gotta be glitched. I think my overlay's glitched. Yeah, they did. Okay. Oh, that's the last 15 minutes. How the fuck does that help me? I thought that was like current bit rate. That's my average bit rate last 15 minutes. You don't show current bit rate? Okay, whatever. You do you. So here, just grab one of these guys. It kind of makes a mess and throws stuff all over the place. So that's gonna be fun. It's basically just a little wire wheel. And you know, it does wire wheel things. So we'll move you guys out of harm's way. I hope. You might lose bit rate a little bit. I apologize. And just that so you can see. And we'll make a little noise. Go! Just trying to get the dirt off. Okay, I think this is usable. Cleaned up pretty well. I also nicked my hand a couple times. This one, though, this is our problem child. We'll see how this guy comes out. There's no danger. We're perfectly fine. It's not, you know, not like this is a big spinning wheel that could just catch my hand and like throw me around and all that, you know? And I think it was a bunch of work just to prove that this blade is fucked. And look at that rust. Not sure if you guys can see it very well, but it is essentially fucked. Yeah, I don't think I can save this piece of steel. I'll save it. I might use it for something else, but I think that's pretty far gone. So, luckily, we have a spare. So we'll use that instead. So this guy cleaned up pretty nice. It's not perfect, but I think we can work with this. So there's like some casting marks and some weirdness. We'll file that down, clean it up. Not sure how much I want to do to it in terms of filing. I don't want to like completely remake it, but a few issues. So let's see. So like right in here, there's just a few high spots I'm not thrilled about. So I just want to run a file over it to smooth it out a little bit. Or break it up a little bit more, and then I'll come back with a piece of, come back with like the sander, and then I'll just smooth it all out with that. But like right here is the worst one, this like casting mark. That's the one I really want to get rid of. Not that it matters at all. Function, but I want it to look pretty. Fuck me, right? You want your tools to look pretty? And the casting's kind of rough here too. And this is cast iron dust. Don't breathe this in. Not good for your health. Then we'll grab the sander and we'll just buff that area. Is that the perfect way you're supposed to do it? No. But I think that looks a hell of a lot nicer in there. And we'll blend it all in. Ooh. We used to have a brake lathe that my dad's, before it was a gun shop, it was an auto shop. And nobody told me not to mess with the brake lathe dust until I was like 20. No. Maybe 19, because that was like when we were getting rid of the machine. And I'm not trying to like go too far, but I am just trying to clean up, you know. Like the reason I just touched up the bottom was there was a slight dent on this side, which had a piece kind of sticking up a little bit. So. And now we'll just come straight across the top and smooth it all out. That's scary, beloved. That's sketchy. Okay, we're gonna move this to here, so I've got good support, so I don't goof it up too bad. And I want you to be like right there. Okay. Should I be wearing gloves? Yes. Am I wearing gloves? No. Do I care? Eh. Okay. So at this point, we've got it most of the way done. Back here's a little screwy still. I think that'll be about good enough. Then we can come in here with some magic stuff and clean it up the rest of the way. I may also just take it and dip it in like de-rusting stuff for a while. And the reason for that is it'll like give it all a matte texture, and it'll kind of go back to looking kind of old. So I may do that. But the main thing for this is just get all the oxidation off, get all the crap out, you know, get all the casting marks cleaned up a little bit, and then I can dip it in there if I really want to make it look better. If I don't like the polished look, it'll take it back to like a matte look. But I think this will be fine. I'm not like, I don't try to make these things beautiful or anything. I just like to get them to a point where it doesn't feel icky when I touch them. It doesn't feel like there's like goo on them or whatever. There's no like weird sharp spots, that type of stuff. So that's why I like, you know, smoothing this thing out and everything. That's like the worst. Like I hate sharp casting marks. I really do. And the thing is, they could get away with it back in the day because this originally had like that black Japanning finish on it, like this. And that's a pretty thick coating. It hides a lot of stuff, hides a lot of problems. But when you take it off, all the problems are suddenly right there, you know, which is a bit of an issue. So that's about the finish I go for on most of my tools. Just, you know, kind of polished, but like not like a bright polish. A dull polish. Add a bit of oil to that, and I'm happy. And now we just got to come across the top. And then another thing on these that you have to do, you want this front edge to be very straight and flat so it puts even pressure on everything for you. So that is something else we'll look at in a second here. Get our out of the way. And then we'll find our plates back here. And we'll go ahead. And you actually feel, well, no, it's not touching in the middle. They're never touching in the middle. Fine. So I just take these down a bit. Until I get some good contact all the way across. I don't need much. And you'll notice I am pulling up a little bit to round it off. I don't know, I kind of prefer that. Is it good? Is it bad? Anecdotally, I don't know, it's just the way I do it. Okay, we got contact, so now we'll just do a quick. Any really bad spots on there? Not really. Not bad. Cool. So we'll call that good enough. We're not looking to like restore these to factory new or anything. We're looking to restore it to functional. So this is a tool I can pick up now, and it's not covered in like oxidation. It doesn't feel weird. It doesn't feel funny. You know, that's the goal. And we'll get a little bit of oil, and we'll wipe it down. Are you empty? No. And this is just 3-in-1 oil. It's just what I use for all my woodworking stuff. It smells funny. Don't let kids near it. They'll probably drink it. It's got that like kind of sweet enough they might try to taste it smell. And we do want to work some oil down into this joint because it's like not moving. It's very sticky. It's already very loose now. All it took was a little bit. Okay. Throw everything off a little bit. And you can see, we do a little comparison. You know, this is one I did a while ago. This is the one we just did. So, you know, we're about to the same condition. Not looking for perfect, just looking for good enough, as I said. And I'll just wipe that down and we'll slap that right back on. Okay, and then this guy, we'll wipe him down as well. We are going to be able to reuse this lever cap. Is this lever cap? No, this is the chip breaker. What am I saying? So we will be able to reuse this chip breaker. It is kind of rough. So I may take this to my dad's gun shop and like try to do a bit. He's got a nicer polishing pad than I do. I might try to like get this a little nicer. Because like that wire wheel, it took off a lot of that surface level stuff, but it's not digging in at all to get these deeper spots. So I might try some of his stuff on that. He's actually got like a full polishing wheel and set, so probably try that at some point. But for now, we'll call this good enough. Oh, the other one I was never careful around media blast machines either, V-Love. Although I probably should have been. In school, I did all the shop classes. I did all the shit at my dad's business. I never fucking gave a shit. I'm generally fine. A little bit of shit don't hurt you. It's like anything. In moderation, you're not going to kill yourself. But still got to be aware. Okay, and since this rag is actually like real oil, we're just going to wipe this down as well. We'll just give everything a wipe down to make sure it's not going to rust up or we didn't leave any moisture on it or whatever. And also just give it a bit of a layer of protection because we are in a basement. So I normally wipe down all my tools every couple of months just to make sure we're good to go down here. And like if there's a big rainstorm, I do check on it. But I have a dehumidifier set up in the next room, so generally keeps everything fine. So what do we do with this guy? Do we want to polish him? It's not too screwed up. I don't think it justifies a full polishing. We'll do a little trick here. So here's the trick. You take a drill. And then you take a little tiny file. And again with the dangerous shit, right? We got to clean up that little bit of a burr there. So we just polish that a little tiny bit. Not crazy. And then we come in with this. Now this can be dangerous, so you gotta be careful. You want to like angle it so if it throws it, your hand will release it. So you don't hold on to it tight in case it grabs, so you don't hurt yourself. But we got a decent polish there. Now the front's a bit harder. For the front, we'll grab this guy. And then we'll come back over it with this guy. So, again. And oh, Grandma, please hold chat. Howdy, Grandma. Sure. I think it was supposed to rain a bit on Saturday. I was looking earlier, but I'll have to check again. That might just be for Easton. But yeah, I can probably come up Sunday afternoon. Sounds good. Talk to you later. Bye. I broke it. Okay. Restack the pile. Okay, huge news, chat. Huge news. Please hold. As I get... Oh my god, I just got dust all over this thing. Okay. Set reminder for Saturday, 8 p.m. Go up to Grandma's tomorrow. Okay, that way I can't forget. Grandma needs me to do yard work. So, we go do yard work. And then we just take this out. And we have a nice... Polish ain't perfect on that. You know, we have a little bit of a ridge there, but... screw it, you know? pretty shiny. So we'll go with that. Now I just got to get it out of there, though, because it kind of got stuck. So the 2 p.m. time slot, wide open for you, beloved. Well, Eastern. Okay, so nice, not too, not too crazy. We're not going to bother with this. You'll never see that part. It's not very rusty. Little coat of oil. It'll be fine. You don't see this much either. Same with these guys. So I think you do see the head of this. I might clean this up a tiny bit. You're working on Sunday. My condolences. That's unfortunate. Need a finer one. That one's a bit rough. This will work. I think that'll work. So you can also use a little bit of sandpaper on these. So I don't use a lot of sandpaper because it's consumable. I try to use more files and different shit like that. So again, we're not going for perfect, but a little bit of shine, a little bit of polish. Clean up the sharp burrs and sharp edges. This is the last guy we have to do. These are a little different because they've got all these little bits, little grippy bits. All the knurling here. So that's always interesting. So I don't think I can chuck this up, actually. I don't think I've got a... Because this is not like a standard thread. I can't thread this onto a bolt. So these are always fun, because I wind up having to do some weird, sketchy shit. Like this. Okay, weird, sketchy shit. Piece of tape. Piece of tape. I am out of tape. That's a problem. Can we make do with what we can reach? And can we just like shove some wood shavings up in here and just brute force it? Yeah, no, that ain't gonna work. Okay, we might not get a good polish on this the same way as the other ones. We'll see. So I'll just get it spinning fast. And we'll see if I can get this to do what I want. As in, not that. So having the little piece of... Okay, I got a little bit there. Got a little bit there. Okay. Not perfect. I think this is like... I think there was some water sitting in there or something for a while. I don't think I'll be able to get that out quickly, but it's kind of polished. It's smooth. There's no feeling there, so we're gonna leave that alone, and we'll work on the back side here. Now we need to get you to stay on there again. So we'll try that same trick, just shove some wood shavings in, see what we're able to do. So I kind of hold on. Kind of did that on purpose. So now we're pretty well cleaned up. We got a little bit of a polish on there, a little bit of a polish on these ends. We're not going crazy on this piece, because if I get one spot super shiny, you're gonna be like, well, why isn't the whole thing super shiny? And now we grab a brass brush and we just go with all these little knurls. We get any dirt out of those. It's crazy. I'm only like a foot from the camera, but I seem so much further away just due to how wide this angle is. Cool. So that is our part. Pretty clean. Not perfect, but we don't do perfect around here because perfect is annoying. Okay, so inventory. We have screws for the frog. We have we're not going to fuck with this because these are so tiny and screwy. Super thin as I drop it on the floor. This is what holds the blade and the chip breaker together. We've got our lever cap. Got our shit for the tote. Got our lever cap holder bit. Got our piece for the front. We'll do a little polish on this, but we'll just do it by hand quick. I was just going to do it by hand. It's not really cleaning up nicely. Got a little bit of rust on it, unfortunately. Very little bit. But it's just enough that it makes it weird. So we'll throw it in the drill. The problem with these, when they've got these like these heads, it's gonna bite in really bad. Also, you gotta be careful not to screw up the threads. So I can only really use this. Yeah, it's not really cleaning up. I don't want to go too far. It's just a little bit of rust, unfortunately. So we'll call that done because I don't feel like trying to sand that and go crazy on it. So we have our bad boy glued over here. He's drying. So we can't really do too much on him. So at this point, I think what I'm going to do, just so we don't lose any parts, is I'm going to reassemble everything else, make sure we have everything, we're good to go, and then I'll set this aside until next time. So for next time, we'll have to do a little bit of sharpening on this blade, because I don't remember where this blade came from or what its condition really is. I mean, it looks okay-ish. Oh, this one came off of... Yes, this came off my number 5. Okay. because I replaced that blade. So we know that at least. So yeah, we'll set this aside, and it'll need to be sharpened. It'll need a little bit of work yet, but it's mostly going to be on the piece of wood for the base there. But I don't want to lose any of these little screws and shit, so I want to slap this back together now. Oh man, those little strands all over the place. And we have our old flathead screws, just to prove how old this bastard is. But when I'm done, you know, should be a nice nice tool. I really I've been saying it the past couple of times when I use it, but I really love the wood hand plane. It really glides across the work like so easily compared to the steel ones. Now the steel ones can take bigger cuts. Well, the iron ones, excuse me. But I don't know. It's one of those. I like it. So kind of leaning into them. Iron and steel dust out of here. I'll have to use the vacuum on the floor then. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's gonna fucking suck. Oh. Okay, so here's what I just found. I was like, oh, I'll just swap the blades. It no fit. So that's the problem. I have run into that before. But like I said, there's just no way I think I can salvage this one. So we'll put it back together with this piece for now. But I'll have to think on that. I might just order a new blade. We'll see. I can modify that to fit. I'm gonna be the first time, but I don't know if I feel like doing that. It's a lot of effort. So we throw that in there. Screw that in. Man, I'm trying to get all these. There's all these little fuzzies that keep getting stuck to the end of this. Really annoying. Okay. That's held together. Kind of wrong. There you go. This piece should have probably been in already, but whatever. So this just kind of sits back here. And that rides in there. So we can loosen it up, screw it all the way in. Cool. Slap that down. We can't put all the other screws in because they go into the wood. So these guys, I will just have to make sure I don't lose. So that will go like that. And these two, I'll just throw on here, I guess. And I probably should put you in already, but that's fine. Sorry, I keep working off screen over here. I keep forgetting to move the cam. What time is it? 7:47. I think we got time to maybe... I don't think we have time to make the frame, but I think we have time to cut the pieces. This took a little longer than anticipated. Found a few more issues. Thought it was a little cleaner from the listing online, but you can see how this normally would fit. And I'm going to lose this, I swear. Got a little magnetic tray. I'm going to set that in. Is that other one going to come out? Yeah. It's in there. That's fine. Put these on the magnetic tray. So, I think the top part cleaned up pretty nice. We got to figure out a blade. We got to figure out the wooden body, but we're on our way. Normally I wouldn't put something together like this, but like I said, this is so fucking chowdered, I really don't care. It's pretty rough looking. It is pretty rough looking. I don't think I've ever seen a blade in that. Like, that looks that okay on the rest of it. That is that fucked up at the front side. But always a first. So, on to the next project. We'll cut up some rosewood to make a picture frame. Clean the phone off a bit. I intended to keep this clean. I didn't really accomplish that. Oh, bit rate. Bit rate.